It's time for our next LOZ featured doc series right here on Lake TV, and today we're in Port Chima to meet up with Dean Lueck and family to show you some extreme sports, an incredible boat, and one of the coolest custom docks at the lake today.
Docks, boats, the lake life, your mind must be racing. Whether it's a listing for sale now, a custom build here in the Villages at Shawnee Bend, or a condo at the iconic Topsider, I'm your guy. But first, another LOZ featured doc on Lake TV.
And without further ado, it's Dean Lueck and family here at Port Chima, an incredible cove I see here, and it's an amazing dock, Dean. Before we dig into that, I want to learn a little bit about your history. How long have you been coming to Lake of the Ozarks?
So I've been coming here since 1977, so that dates me. You might think I'm 100 years old. I'm not that old.
Wow, that's a few years at least.
I came here, I had college buddies that had, their parents had homes here. So I came down, you know, all from 77 on, so it's changed a lot. We come here every summer. And then when I got married, I brought my kids when they were 3 or 4 years old. I started bringing them to the lake.
Sure.
So we've been here a long time. This is our third house that we've had at the lake. I think the first one we bought was in 2004. So we're lake lovers for sure.
Sure, and you've watched the lake explode and boom, and your guys' lake story has kind of changed and grown a little bit to this dock, which it didn't start like this. So talk a little bit about what your dock life was like before this guy.
Well, like everybody, you know, we bought a small house at the lake to see if we used it and stuff, and had a very small one-well dock, an old aluminum shed on it, and that was our dock. And then over the course of time, of course, you have to get more boats, and you have to get jet skis, and you have to build the dock. So we kept adding on to this dock. So this poor little dock, you know, ended up being, you know, 3-well with jet skis and all this stuff. It was gonna sink, I think, if we added one more thing to it. We kept patching it up, and finally when we came over here, we're like, you know what, let's just do this once and for all. We're gonna retire at the lake. Let's just build our dream dock. And so we set out to do that. So, you know, I went, like everybody, you know, searching for the dock builder, because we're done adding on to this thing. And then we found John and Jordan at Rough Water Docks. They helped me put together the dock, along with Matt Nagel, who built the entire outdoor kitchen, the shed, and Gail Russell did all the electrical. So I like to pitch those guys because they were so great. Sorry for the commercial, but those guys were fantastic.
I love it, and that's what we find when you get to go to these different docks and you see people building their lake lifestyle, is they run into different things that add an obstacle or a time delay, and they move up, they graduate and come up with something, and this dock is filled with innovation. So we're gonna head over, and I understand we're gonna get to meet at least one of your kids today, right?
Yeah, you're gonna meet my son-in-law, AJ, my daughter, Kelsey, my wife, Kathy. I have another son, but he's in Scottsdale. Actually, this week he's in, I think he's in Norway, but he's not here. But they're all been coming to the lake since they were 3 and 4 years old.
Oh, well, I'm fired up. And you mentioned a lot of these features on the dock, so let's go take a closer look. Don't go anywhere. Next on our LOZ featured dock series. After this. Exclusive lake luxury is hard to come by nowadays, but that's exactly what's available at the Villages at Shawnee Bend.
Whatever your lake dream, the Villages can make it a reality. Stake the claim to your lake paradise in the lake's premier luxury home development, the Villages at Shawnee Bend.
Nothing is more important for a boat than the dock it calls home. For the dock of your dreams that provides safety for your boat and comfort for you and your family, there's no choice better than DockWorks. With over 30 years of combined experience in dock construction and design, your DockWorks dock will be a custom fit to your needs and desires. New construction, additions, and repairs to buoys, swim stairs, and ramps, nobody knows how to build on this lake like DockWorks. DockWorks, because at the lake, your home doesn't stop at the shoreline. Your time at Lake of the Ozarks is limited, and AquaPest Solutions understands that. Let us worry about those pests so you can spend your time out on the water. AquaPest Solutions uses our proprietary blend of essential oils and relies on the best crew and equipment on the lake today, ready to arrive by boat or truck. Locally owned and operated AquaPest Solutions. Call today and get your quote tomorrow so we can get rid of what's bugging you. All right, Dean, so now sitting at this incredible countertop, this kitchen bar. I mean, this isn't just a bar. I see 12 seats around this with room to spare. So talk to us a little bit about this incredible kitchen and the process.
We're dock people. We spend more time on the dock than we spend in the house. So you can see we kind of put a lot of time and energy into laying this out. And like, you know, I was doing the layout on what I wanted and I'm using graph paper. My kids are laughing at me. They're like, well, Dad, there's a computer program that can do this for us. I said, no, I like graph paper, it's easy. We laid it out and we wanted it for entertaining a lot of people. So I think we can seat 30 people on this dock and then, you know, including, you know, out on the sun deck. We spent a lot of time building this all counter height instead of really high bar. So you can watch ball games, we're big baseball fans.
All right, so now you said Rough Water, Dean, built this, but man, this is so unique in regards to you've got that super high middle section because of your big Prestige 460. So when you engineered this, talk to me about the process with Rough Water because you don't see a lot of docks quite like this on Lake of the Ozarks.
No, and we were, like I said, really fortunate to have John and Jordan. I don't think there was anything that they said we can't do. It's kind of like, we'll figure it out. And they did. I got to give them credit. I told them how big the boats had to be, you know, and then we worked from there and both John and Jordan worked with us on different renderings and never once did they say that can't be done. It's like, we could do that.
Unbelievable, and I love a lot of the furniture, and I gave you guys some love earlier, but I want to do it again. The plants, man, these plants are unbelievable on this dock. My wife, I hope she doesn't see this episode because she's gonna be asking me to ask you where you got those. But the furniture's great, you got the high dives. I mean, you guys kind of have the entire lake lifestyle down to a T. So before we maybe have a little fun, I wanna ask you to kind of give me a rundown of all your guys' water toys because I see stand-up paddle boards, there's PWCs, and kind of give me a nice detailed rundown.
Yeah, so we, again, worked with Rough Water again and said, all right, I don't like these kayaks laying all over the place like we had on our old dock, and we had paddle boards hanging off the back. And so like, give me a spot where we can put all of our two kayaks and two paddle boards. And they figured that all out in the layout and they added the racks. I mean, again, they did all this stuff. So they did the dock box. I didn't have to go shopping for all this stuff. They're like, we got it, Dean, we know what you want. And so just give us the dimensions on the board. So they built kind of a station over there that holds the kayaks and the paddle boards. It's kind of fun. And then we got the two Sea-Doos that we had pulled in before. We had them hanging out because we didn't have enough room. It wasn't covered. So we built those two. And then for the nautique, we had a slip that was too narrow before because boats got wider over, you know, since 2004 when we bought our first nautique. Those boats were narrower. So when we came in, it was like pinball, right? Trying to get it to fit in the slip. So we made that a foot wider, a little bit longer. So we fixed all the stuff that we were kind of made mistakes on in the first deal, and we added that slip. So we pretty much have, you know, all of our water toys here, our grilling station, our sun deck, you know, our outdoor kitchen, and then room enough for the behemoth over here for cruising. So it's kind of a good combination of toys. And we use them all, unfortunately.
Yeah, it appears like you guys do. Well, incredible. So I guess really the only thing left to do is see, is there a chance we can get out on the water? I mean, I think probably the Nautique may be the most fun in regards to, it looks like the family may want to go do some wake surfing. Are they good surfers?
Yeah, I think they're great surfers. So they were trained by one of the best of the lake, Kirby Liesmann.
No, the best at the lake. Yeah,
well,
Kirby's
the best
School of Lake.
person and the best instructor.
Bingo, right.
But he and his wife both, another shout out to them because they've worked with our kids since they were probably 7 years old. So we've known Kirby a long time. What you're gonna see on the water is a production of what he did all these years. So we see him every year now for the last, I don't know, 25 years. We always go out with Kirby, no matter what.
Yeah, icon down here at the lake. Well, that's awesome. Well, let's go meet some of the family. Let's hit the water. Don't go anywhere. Next on our LOZ featured doc series. We're gonna go out here and see if she can shred for us. After this.
Polylift boat lifts. In 1975, Gerald Ford was president, gas was 53 cents a gallon, and Saturday Night Live debuted. It's also the year Polylift boat lifts was born. 50 years later, Polylift is still the best boat lift you can own. Trust Polylift, built with quality and integrity for 50 years. Remember, for the last 50 years and the next 50 to come, you know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Poly lifts.
As you dream of your lake life, I invite you to dream bigger. Topsider Condos, the coolest place to live at the lake.
So what do you think? Your dream of living in luxury at Lake of the Ozarks could be but one phone call away. I wouldn't wait. Topsider.
So we've got AJ here and your daughter. And I understand, which one of you two are the real surfing pros? Kelsey?
Probably better than him.
Yeah, Kelsey's definitely better than me. She definitely has a little more graceful on the water, but they're both pretty good surfers.
All right, so if you guys are cool with that, I want to see what Kelsey has. We're gonna go out here and see if she can shred for us. For Dean Lueck and his entire family right here at Lake of the Ozarks, that's gonna do it for this edition of the LOZ featured doc series. Well, maybe that's not gonna do it. AJ? Get it, ball! Now that is gonna do it.